Hi there. Thanks for tuning in to this One Cool Thing podcast on Google Keep. Google Keep, from a productivity side, is probably the best app in the Google Suite because it connects so seamlessly with so many of the other Google apps, and it serves as a virtual post-it note. So uh, you can take notes, add all sorts of different things on it, and then be able to see them in all the other parts of Google that you use on a regular basis. And because it has a mobile app, it makes it really nice that anything you do on your computer, you can then pull up on your phone and vice versa. So it pushes everything onto the cloud and is easily accessible from any device. You can see that it kind of looks like post-it notes. You can add color to them. If I wanted to take a note, I click on here and right away I can just start typing my note. I can give it a title. I have down here various editing options. So just kind of running through these really quick, you can see I can pin it. So here's one that I've pinned. So when I have lots of notes, it'll show up at the top. I can be reminded at a certain time of my note, or I can have a pickup notification. So say I'm leaving home for work and I need to remember to pick up my copies. Well, I can hit the little remind me and I can say, well, when I get to Saratoga High School, I want to be reminded to go pick up my copies. So then as soon as I get to school, my phone's going to give me a notification to go do that. I can add a collaborator. I can give it a color coding system. I could add an image. I can archive it when I'm done. I can add a label. So here I've created just two generic labels. So yeah, label 1, I'm going to give it that label. I can have some other options. So I could delete it, I can add a drawing, I could duplicate it, I can make it a show. Maybe it's multiple ones. So I have a lab and I have my lecture notes, right? So making sure that I check both of those off when I get to work, okay? And so now here you can see my label 1 and label 2 are organized. So now, as I mentioned before, what I think is kind of the best part of Google Keep is that it integrates with other apps. So anywhere that you see this little light bulb icon means that you can see these notes. So for example, say I'm working on a presentation. Say I wanted to make a presentation on how awesome Google Keep is. I wrote down some ideas of what I wanted to include in my presentation. Rather than going back and forth between, say, a Google Doc or somewhere where I wrote down my notes, I could write down my ideas in Google Keep, and then when I'm in my presentation, now I have them right here. And so I just click on that little Google Keep icon, and it pops up. So now I could start building out my Google slides. So anywhere you see these icons means you can see those, right? Some other cool features. So you can create to-do lists. So say I wanted to make these all a to-do list, so that as I talk about it, I check them off. Well, okay, so I've talked about how it integrates, and there we go. I've mentioned that it has a mobile app. I have a video showing how to do that. You can easily organize with labels and colors. I've talked about that. I just showed you how you can create a to-do list. So if you love checking boxes, this is for you. I talked about how you can create reminders based on time or location. You can add collaborators, remember right here in this little icon right here. And you can include multiple forms of media. So I could add an image to this, or I could actually do a drawing. It's not as much fun on the computer version, but it's really nice on the mobile app because you can use your finger or an Apple Pencil or a stylus or whatever. So there's my little sketch, which looks really bad. Okay, so check out Google Keep. Really, really, really beneficial from a productivity side. Works really great integrating, and you can start to see how they'll accumulate, and you can even go back and edit them however you want. You can move them around. Lots of really cool editing options. Changing the view up here, all of that. So thanks for watching. Play with it. Let me know what you think. Thanks for your time. Bye-bye.